nanotech.er.
Welcome back to Tech ER. We have a guest joining us today from the University of Waterloo. Professor and chemical engineer Frank Gu is here to talk to us about the use of nanotechnology to treat cancer.
Professor, why is cancer treatments, therapies, side effects so bad?
Well, chemotherapy is designed to treat cancer conditions when the cancer cells have spread to different part of the body. And one of the common side effects associated with chemotherapy is associated with the cancer drugs are treating not only the cancer cells, but also the good cells in our body.
So it actually kills good cells as well.
We do. And the side effects that typically observe includes nausea and fatigue, vomiting, and hair loss.
Hair loss.
Yeah.
So it can actually be making it worse a little bit for the patient.
Absolutely.
Who's already weak, right? So what is your invention and mission?
One of our mission here is to deliver the therapeutic drugs in a very, very small vehicle. And these are so-called nanoparticles. And we wanted to pack all the chemotherapeutic drugs into a nanoparticle and allow these nanoparticles to travel in the body to find the cancer cells and kill the cancer cells. And the goal here is to deliver a large dose of chemotherapeutic drugs directly to cancer cells.
So you make it very small, and you deliver less totally, but you deliver more to the cells?
To the cancer cells.
To the cancer cells, yeah.
So think of it more as a smart bomb in the body at a nanometer scale that can be treated to kill cancer cells.
Okay, so very specific, you will not kill the normal cells.
The idea is to leave the healthy normal cells free and while concentrating the ammunition of these drugs directly to the tumor cells.
You brought the clip?
Yes, we did.
Okay. And
So
you're going to take us through this? Okay.
Yes.
Take the clip through for us.
So here is a very quick strategy how we make the cancer nano vehicles. Here
so you
is
wrap it.
That's right. What's happening is that the drugs are shown in the blue spheres.
Okay.
And the polymer and the vehicles are shown as a little
little strings. This is the polymer.
Yes.
So it is your capsule.
That's right. What's happening here is that the polymer has a water-loving part and oil-loving part.
Okay.
And the drug itself is oil-loving, so it constantly associated with the blue lines.
Okay.
So this seam here is shown as precipitation.
So this is your factory.
That's right. This is a nano factory.
Big term,
here.
which is self-organizing, or what do you call them?
Well, we call it self-assembly.
Self-assembly.
What's happening is that the self-assembly of the hydrophobic or the oil.
So you're making
part.
one very small capsule. This is one medicine capsule.
This is one nanoparticle scale. They're in the tens of nanometer scale.
Yes.
In order to make these cancer cells, these agents go directly to cancer cells, we functionalize the surface of these nanoparticles so they can be traveled directly to cancer cells.
So you deliver nanoparticles, which means you deliver the drugs.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we deliver the particles encapsulating the drugs.
In there.
Yes.
Okay. So it's injection.
So in this case, we can make them into an injectable form, and once the particles are injected into the blood vessels, they can then find themselves the way to find the cancer cells.
We make ourselves very small.
They're very, very small. They're
and we are now swimming with the blood cells.
We're swimming in the
blood
vessel.
What the white stuff? White stuff is what?
The white stuff are the nanoparticles.
Oh, the little ones.
The very little ones.
Oh, not the big one. The big ones are the what?
These are the red blood cells. Those are
red blood cells, and then the white, big white blood cells as well, right?
That's right. Now the tumor themselves are known to have poorly structured vasculatures, meaning their blood vessels have a lot of holes.
Right.
And we wanted to use these nanoparticles to find themselves
in the what?
On the blood vessel that leads directly to the tumor.
So we're traveling now very small.
So now we're navigating into the tumor vasculature, now down to individual
tumor
cell.
And that is a cancer cell?
That is a cancer cell. So what's happening here is what we call the targeted delivery. Therefore, the surface of the nanoparticles have the specific ligands that bind to the cancer cell.
So they're sticky.
That's
so
right.
This is the surface of the cancer cell.
This
horizon is the cancer cell.
That's right.
And then,
so what's happening here is that these nanofactory particles
just landed.
The eagle has landed. Sticked onto the surface.
You found this is the second part of your discovery, which is the stickiness only for cancer cells.
It stick only on the cancer cells. This is a little bit.
What's the sinkhole?
Well, this is how the tumor cells normally taking in nutrients and particles.
So they don't know this is poison. They think this is food.
They think this is something regular. Yes. Yeah. And once they get inside the cells, this is where the drug they're encapsulated within the particles can be subsequently released.
So there's another layer of skin, literally, the cancer cell's own wrapping, on top of your wrapping. So this is it. right?
So this is it, yeah. So here is, we're looking at an individual nanoparticle
Yes.
inside this little cellular endosome.
Right.
And what's happening here is that as the pH within these little vesicles start to change,
They change themselves.
they change, and the particles start to degrade.
It's done. Okay.
And this degradation will lead to drug delivery.
But not yet. They are now what?
So what's
Moving
happening
closer
here
to
is
each other. Why?
thousands and thousands of these nanoparticles are taken into each tumor cell.
So the pills actually group together to become a big bomb. Is that
you
the way
can
to
think of that
describe
way,
it?
yeah.
So that's slowly going now. As it's doing this, it naturally then start to what? Dissolve these vessels on the inside.
Well, the pH within these vesicles start to drop, which causes the polymer start degrading. And the polymer degradation then leads to the drug delivery, drug
and
release.
It's all inside the cancer cell right now. And then
This is
finally,
all
this
within
is
the
what?
cancer
Finally, explosion.
So here, what's happening is the drugs are gradually releasing out of
So
these.
the blue are the actual medicine, the poison to the
the toxic therapeutic drugs. Yes.
to the cells, and boom.
So what's happening here is now, as the drugs are leaving, they started beginning to exert its toxicity onto the cells, and the cell eventually dies.
Dies. And the moment it dies, is that what you're showing? Boom. Is that what happened?
Well, that's a bit dramatic. It's not
it?
what's really happening on there, but we're just trying to symbolize that the cells start to die.
And then the tumor goes away.
Yes.
Okay, Professor. So, what's next?
Well, we have demonstrated this vehicle works fairly effectively in cellular level in animals.
Yes.
So now we're moving into clinical trials to effect.
So, actually trying on humans with some patients.
Yes.
And the FDA, Food and Drug Administration of the U.S.
Well, this is a technology that we originally spun from my previous location in Massachusetts Institute of Technology.
Oh, you were at MIT when you invented this.
Yes.
So now it's testing in the U.S. and patients are actually getting some of it in a trial basis.
The company that are actually working on this is called Biosciences. And this is a startup company of Professor Langer and Omi Farrokhzad at MIT.
So, in several years we will see very, very wide use.
Well, it will take a while to go through the clinical trials, but we hope to have this to treat cancer patients.
Now, my last question is, Professor Goh, is it applicable to all cancer cells and cancer treatments?
Well, we hope to use this as a technology platform, which can be able to use for a variety of cancer patients by encapsulating different drugs inside.
Different drugs, oh, literally. And then it not only cancer, because if any other drug where you do have the similar side effect question,
We can easily adapt it into different platforms for treatments.
is that, so in that way, that will be very good for patients when you finally get that. So your team is actually now going forward and doing more types of drugs to treat in the same method?
Well, we hope to find adding more drugs into these vehicles and to train these particles to be more precise and targeting more efficiently onto the cancer
So
cells.
for patients, it virtually means no more hair loss, no more vomiting, perhaps?
That's the goal we were working with.
Yes. And so far, it's been likely that you've seen this.
We hope to see that.
Very good. So when we finally do, I'm sure the patients will be very glad for a new day.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Professor.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor, for joining us. Stay tuned, guys, as we bring back all of our tech hosts for discussion on the latest of what's in technology.